Hello everyone, I am Dr. Eric Morrison. This is 7 Under 3, and I'll be covering trading education, more specifically Forex trading, using the TC2000 and TradingView platforms. Hello, welcome to the Forex Week in Review with the 28 majors and minors. And I'll start off with the picks I made on Saturday, which were Swiss franc Japanese yen, Euro Japanese yen, Euro New Zealand, British pound Japanese yen, US Canadian dollar, Euro Canadian dollar, Euro British pound, and New Zealand US dollar. Now I highlighted some others that I'm going to explain here in a little bit, but I'm going to go over my major picks here for the week. First one was Swiss franc Japanese yen, and what I did was I did stop out at the PSAR. Right, so if it closed below the dragon at this point, then I went ahead and got out. So I had a small marginal gain, and I didn't get back into the trade once it was over. But you can see here there were a couple different opportunities. This one was no gainer, this one was no gainer, and then this one just rocketed way up there and closed out at about the Z3 excursion here at this location. So what I did was just kind of see how each one of these, and what I would do is I would catch the runners. I would see that, okay, this was hit the Z3 excursion. That was actually a successful trade, but what happens if it just continues to run? So I just used the stop here. I did not use the target, and I was out here at this close here, and that was it for a small gain. Same with Euro Japanese yen. Opened right here along this white line here, which was about 144.438. Then I went ahead and followed it up to the Z3, which was at about 144.610. It's a little less than 20 pips, but it was still an overall gain for this one too as well. And what I'm trying to do is make sure that all three time frames are in alignment. I got the weekly, daily, and I got the 4 hour. This one, I just went ahead and let run until it closed below the dragon. And once it closed below the dragon, I was out. But that's okay. I had a nice profit overall here. And as you can see here, it continued to go up overall after that initial closeout here. So there was a consolidation zone that was built. It still went down, then kind of went up. And it was really not a good time to trade this particular one. So after the first one is done and over, then that's it. British pound Japanese yen, I was out immediately. It started consolidating here. This was above the dragon, green, below the dragon, but green. And then this closed below here where I was out here. So once I entered, it was all over for British pound. This was my only loss here. US dollar, Canadian dollar, this just went on a complete tear up. And as you can see, amazing gains here. I closed out here once it closed below the dragon at this point, but it went right back and retraced. Euro Canadian dollar was also a nice one. Continue to go up, go up, go up. I had it at break even just to see if it continued to go on, even though it was past there. I saw the RL90 here. Maybe it bounced. It did, and it continued to go up. Incredible gains for Euro Canadian dollar. And sometimes when you miss a 4 hour RSI and at least at break even plus dinner for two, this will help miss some of those couple closes where it just kind of bounces below the dragon and then goes right back up. But I had my stop here and closed out for a nice profit overall from the open on Sunday. Zealand US dollar, amazing trade. Just followed the PSAR all the way down to here and was stopped out eventually here at the height of this C zone, which is right where the PSAR ended. The other thing that I want to make note of is once it passes a particular C zone that is skinny, it's pretty easy to break through that. But here you see a couple of very broad excursion zones where it just kind of dipped it there. And it, believe it or not, it closed right above these two excursion zones here, right here and right here. So this is a significant liquidity zone, and what it did was it did a W and then continued to go up and then came right back down. Canadian dollar Japanese yen was not in agreement, so all the ones that are not flagged were not in agreement for the week, and I'll review which ones came into agreement this week. And what I saw with Euro Aussie dollar was that tactically it was this, but then it alerted that it went above the dragon and turned green on overall strength, and then this thing just shot up the moon. Hit the PSAR here, And as you can see here, it was in the Z zone before it broke out and continued to go up to the upside. Nice overall gains. British pound, Aussie dollar, same thing. Absolutely incredible gains. I did get back in both of these after the initial out here, and as soon as it closed above the dragon, I put the stop here at the below at the C zone, and it just continued to rocket up. Same thing with this one. I went ahead and did the same thing here. This one was just overall amazing, all the way down. Rode it all the way down, and overall gain of $2,896 on one standard lot. So this is crazy. So once the RSI was here, it didn't touch with this height. The C zone was below this RSI movement value, and then continue to go down. You just follow the RSI, continue to go down. Aussie dollar, same thing here. Alert, came down, hit the C zone, and bounced back up. And then once it closed below the dragon again, you can get back in with the height here, but you would have been stopped out at this height here before it continued to go down. Here, alerted here on the 6th at around midnight. Nice overall trade. Continue to shoot down and then out once it closed above the dragon. Zealand Swiss franc, also another great one. It was all not in agreement here. Now it is, and it alerted here and continued to go down all the way down. Overall gain about $1,844 on one standard lot. Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, all the Swiss franc pairs did amazing to the downside. So here was the alert. This came in and stopped out. I decided to look at this as a J-hook formation here, and I tested this and it went down like a rock. British pound, Swiss franc, also initial gain all the way down to the PSAR here. Did not hit there and continued down with additional PSAR and then an overall gain at the end. $2,004 on one standard lot. Okay, for what I have for next week, all in agreement. Swiss franc, Japanese yen, Euro, New Zealand dollar, US dollar, Canadian dollar, Euro, Canadian dollar, Euro, Aussie dollar, British pound, Aussie dollar, British pound, New Zealand dollar, British pound, Canadian dollar, all to the long side. To the short side, I got Canadian, Japanese yen, New Zealand, Japanese yen, Aussie dollar, Swiss franc, Aussie dollar, Japanese yen, Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, Aussie dollar, US dollar, New Zealand Swiss franc, Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, British pound, Swiss franc. All the rest are not in agreement. Looking at the dollar, it's actually not in agreement at this point. Currently on the weekly, it's above the dragon in red, below the dragon in green on the daily, and red on below the dragon on the 4-hour. Well, folks, that's all I have for the Forex week in review. If you're interested in these kind of trading strategies going forward, click on the links below. We have a basic and intermediate course. We also have an operations course where we do programming in Python and PineScript for auto trading. If you're interested, click on those links. And remember, ruthless risk management. Have a great weekend, everybody, and look out below. Well, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like rumble button below and the subscribe button. And if you want more information, go ahead and click the course information links below. On the TradingView link and on TC2000, I have an affiliate link. If you open up a TC2000 account, you will receive a $25 discount using that link. Thank you for your time.